Welcome back to the funding table, guys.
Today, we're going to talk about the 9 most important things you need to prepare for when getting ready to purchase a home. I know everybody loves the searching part, scrolling at night, looking at this house, can I afford it? But what we want to do is talk about the 9 most important things that you need to do before finding the right property.
Let's get into it.
The very first thing that you as a future homeowner should think about is your why. Why are you wanting to buy a house? Are you trying to stop renting? Are you looking for something stable? Are you trying to build equity? Are you trying to move your kids to a new school? What is your why? Why are you wanting to purchase? Is it just because people are saying, you know what, that's the next step that you should take? Or is it because you've really thought about why you want to purchase your house?
Man, I can't repeat that enough. Knowing the reason why you want to purchase is huge. You know, people will call me and say, I want to get a place for my kid so that after I retire and, you know, leave this world, I can have a property left over for them, or I want to build wealth, or I'm tired of renting. Every year it keeps going up, and they want to stabilize their monthly payment and, you know, be able to get ahead of debt and things like that. So knowing your why is huge. I can't reiterate that enough. Another thing that you should pay attention to or look out for is your credit. And that might look like, you know, downloading the third-party apps that help you monitor your credit, the Credit Karmas, the Experience, Credit-Wise, things of that nature. Being able to pay attention to your score, know what's on your credit report, because better score leads to better chances of approval, leads to better interest rates, leads to better monthly payments. And so that would be another huge important thing that I would begin to pay attention to as I'm preparing to become a homeowner. The better that credit score, the higher your chances are of loan approval and the more loan programs that are available for you.
100%. So make sure that you're keeping track of your credit scores. The next thing that you should look out for is reducing the amount of liabilities that you have.
Preach, sister, preach.
If you're trying to buy a house, you want to make sure that all of your credit cards are, if they're not paid off, at least have super low balances on them. Don't try to open up new car loans. Don't try to lend out your credit. Don't try to open up new personal loans. Try to have your personal loans that you currently have at a very small balance to be able to, one, help you qualify for a lot more. The less debts that you have, the more that you can qualify for. And then 2, it'll put you in a comfortable position to be able to make your mortgage payment when you do purchase your house.
Because all of these other debts have been paid down.
Yes.
For example, a $500 car payment could really affect how much you could get approved for. So lowering the debt, keeping those things in check are huge and vital. And it's an important step that I would focus on if I was becoming a homeowner in the near future.
Yes. In addition to that, you also want to make sure that you're not lending your credit. Just because you're not making the car payment, but you lent your credit out to your sister, your brother, your cousin, your friend, and they are making the car payment, that could jeopardize the amount that you can qualify for, even if you're not the one making that payment. So don't lend out your credit nilly-willy thinking that it's not going to affect you. It definitely can.
And I've seen that be the main factor that even stops someone from being approved because they helped their brother sign for a car 6 months ago. And that additional debt was the straw that broke the camel's back. And because of that payment, they can't qualify. It happens all the time.
Yes.
One of the next most important things that I would focus on if I'm going to become a home buyer in the near future is an emergency fund. That is huge. It's so important. So after purchasing a home, you may run into certain costs, certain things that you might not be prepared for, you know, repairs to the property, things like that. So it's good to always have an emergency fund to remain prepared for any kind of expenses that may arise while purchasing the property, after purchasing the property, and for the foreseeable future. It's always nice to have 2 to 4 months of expenses saved in an account, put away just in case anything happens. What if, you know, right after you close on the home loan, your tires pop, or you got to replace an AC at the house, or something happened and, you know, God forbid, you got to go to an emergency room. All of those things can be taken care of if you're wise and prepare with an emergency fund. 2 to 4 months of reserves. It's just nice to have that and rely on just in case something out of the blue happens to you.
Yeah, make sure you have some kind of cushion for you.
The next thing, and I can't stress this enough, saving up for your down payment. That is a big thing that I always advocate for first-time home buyers or just home buyers in general. You want to make sure that you're saving up a down payment, whether it's 3%, 3.5%, 5%, 10%, the minimum 3%. But make sure that you save up your down payment. That's going to open you up to a lot of loan programs, a lot of better terms, and most of the time, better interest rates.
Now, I know what you're thinking out there. You're asking, hey, what about down payment assistance? And yeah, those programs are available for people. But if you have that down payment, like Rosie said, you're going to get access to better terms. You're going to put yourself in a better situation. You're going to begin to build equity for yourself. You're going to have lower monthly payments, lower interest rates. You're going to have savings on top of savings on top of savings. And it's a great way to get yourself into the mindset of, this is going to be my asset. I'm going to take care of this. And putting your down payment is huge. And it begins to set you apart for success and equip you to be a homeowner. And you're prepared for these things. You have the down. You have, like we talked about before, reserves and cushion for random situations. So being able to save up that down payment is huge, and it puts you ahead of the game.
And closing cost is another thing. Down payment is one and closing cost is another. They aren't the same. Your down payment is what you're going to be putting down for the property, and the closing cost is everything else associated with the loan.
Whether you're purchasing with the Down Payment Assistance Program, USDA with 0% down, FHA, conventional, VA with 0% down, non-traditional finances, every loan has closing costs associated with the loan. So this is going to be your escrow, your lender fee, your title fees, your prepaid taxes. Everything is included in those closing costs. And you want to make sure that you save enough funds for that.
Pro tip, you might not always have to pay the closing costs. Sometimes you can get the seller to assist. Sometimes the bank can assist with certain programs and helping cover closing costs. So not always are you going to have to cover the closing costs, but in many cases you may. But that's what working with the right team, having the right loan product and structuring can be of huge benefit. But just in case, prepare for being able to pay those closing costs. And if you don't end up having to pay for them and we get the sellers to pay for them, that's just more money in your savings account.
Yes, you would hate to miss out on the opportunity of your dream home because you don't have the closing cost and another buyer does. So make sure that you're saving for your down payment and closing costs.
Amen, sister. And another important thing we want to talk about is knowing your monthly budget. Now, this is going to look different for everybody. Some people have a budget up here. Some people have a budget right here. That's all going to depend per situation. But if you're the kind of person that doesn't like going out to eat and spending and you're okay with a higher payment, keep that in mind. If you're the kind of person that loves to have that AC low to 60 degrees and go out and eat and, spend a lot of money out and about, keep that in mind when you factor in your budget. We want to make sure that you're not house poor, meaning all of your payment is going towards the house and there's nothing left over for you. We want to make sure that making that home payment is comfortable for you. So always keep that budget in mind. This is something that we talk about early on. We want to know what's your max payment. If this is your max payment, you want to remain within this range. Understanding your budget, because there's going to be a water bill, there's going to be electricity, there's going to be groceries, there's going to be all kinds of things that pop up left and right, and we do not want to set you up for failure. We want to set you up for success. So know that monthly budget, stick to it, and make sure you have a game plan with your realtor and with your loan officer to stick to the budget.
Yes, we never advise to over leverage yourself when it comes to the mortgage payment. So great tip, Sam.
That's right.
One of the top things that we will continue to recommend is getting pre-approved. Even if you plan to buy a home in the next 3 to 6 months, even a year, it's always best to go sit down with a loan officer, go to their office, chat with them about what you plan to do. Whether it's buying that house in 3 to 6 months, what do you need to do to buy that house? How much do you need to save? All of these things will only benefit you for the best. It's going to get you prepared for one, understanding what a mortgage payment would look like in your scenario. It will also help you understand how much funds you need to save for your specific scenario. Everybody's scenario is going to be different. Not everybody has the same lifestyle. Not everybody has the same pay. Not everybody wants the same things. And so talking to your loan officer up front at the very beginning, before even starting to go look at houses, is crucial
For you to be a very successful home buyer.
And there may be a roadblock down the road, 3 to 6 months, something that is actually stopping you from being approved. And that may change your plans. That may say, hey, in 6 months, if this is going to happen, it's better to try and buy right now. Or it's better to wait till this happens and then try and buy. Or you might run into something about tax returns. I haven't filed this, or I need to file in this way, and I'm a little bit behind. So speaking with a professional early prepares you to remove any roadblocks also that may be in the way and stopping you from being able to purchase the home. So speak to a professional, speak to us early so that we can help you game plan. Like Rosie said, even if it's not right now, even if it's in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, we want to make sure that you are able to reach that goal in that 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. And that only happens if you speak with us and talk about your plans.
Yes. And I totally recommend for you to do this in person with your loan officer at their office, because it's a little bit hard to kind of game plan with you over the phone, even though you can, like, people can do that. It's just better to talk about it in person. That way, you guys sitting down at the table, we can start having creative juices flow and then start really game planning for you specifically in your scenario to make you become a successful home buyer.
I agree. It's a huge and important thing. It's nice to sit down across the table from someone that you're going to be working with, just to know that they have your best interest in mind.
1000%.
And the final thing that we want to recommend, if you're getting ready to be a home buyer, you probably heard me say it before, but it's choose the right team. Make sure you're working with the right realtor. Make sure you're working with the right lender. Make sure that the game plan is understood amongst all of you guys and there's clear and good communication. This will set you up for success. This will help you get the best kind of deals and terms in the market. This will help you get the house at the price you love.
Yes.
This will help you get the neighborhood. This will help you get all of the insights that you may be looking for. And what is it? It's by choosing the right team. Choosing the right team is what's going to help you get the best terms, the best property for yourself. It's going to help you find the best neighborhood that you're looking for. It's going to help you get the best negotiating, the best experience, the best monthly payments. All of that is going to happen if you choose the right team. I cannot stress that enough. I've seen many transactions take place. I've seen what happens when someone in the transaction doesn't care. And when someone does care. I've seen when both don't care, and I've seen when both do care. And trust me, you want the right team on your side. That's going to help you save thousands, tens of thousands. And I'm not even joking. If you calculate interest, hundreds of thousands of dollars can be saved just by picking the right team.
Yes, we are not over exaggerating. We've been in the industry for so long. We've seen all of the nightmares, all of the heartbreaks. And trust us when we say choosing the right team is vital. It is vital. Don't take that lightly. It is vital.
The wrong team could cost you thousands of dollars. Your loan could fall through. You could have spent money, trying to secure the property. You could have paid for certain loan fees, appraisal, all of those things. And if you didn't have the right team working with you, you could lose all that money and all of that because you didn't pick the right team. And that might be hard to know who the right team is, but I'll make it easy for you. Give us a call. We'll tell you who the right team is. We work with top-notch realtors.
We work with amazing realtors that we can always recommend. So just reach out to us. Let us know if you're planning to buy a house in the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, or if it's just something that you think, I really want this for the future. I really want something for my family. Reach out to us. We're more than willing to help.
Below in the captions, there will be a link for you to go fill out some information. If you're ready to purchase in the next 3 to 6 months, we have a team that's tailor-made for your situation. We know exactly who would work well with your situation, and all you gotta do is fill out the link below.
Yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace.